Sahana bhavatu, sahanau bhunaktu, saha viryam karavavahai, tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. 2 to 12. 2 to 12. Mantra number I'm giving. Eko vashi sarvabhutantaratma. Ekam rupam bahudhayah karoti. Tamatmastham yenu pashyanti dhiraha. Tesham sukham shashvatam netaresham. Ekaha vashi. One controller. Why controller? Suppose you went to a school. School with 4th, 5th grade kids probably, or 8th, 9th grade even. And you found, there are 500 kids and it's all pin drop silence. What would you expect? Would you expect they're all sitting quietly just like that? There must be some terror teacher sitting in there, right? You recall your time in school. When would people be quiet? Gupchup. Everybody is chup. When? Huh? Upanishad class. Come on, 8th standard kid I'm saying. Huh? No. But I'm saying in general, school means you'll find all noise will be there, right? When will you find pin drop silence? Some madam or teacher should be there with a good stick. Right? Do you find them quiet otherwise? Or you drive on the street. When you drive on the street, 4 ways, several places, you find a lot of chaos sometimes. Do you find it? Everybody is quiet. Then what do you say? That's one pause, but traffic is flowing. You will say, looks like either signal is broken and there is no traffic police. Do you say that or not? So unless you are policed, you don't behave. Human mind, unless a big brother is watching you, you don't do anything right. You'll always find a shortcut, a convenience. General trend. So if you find, or you are on a train, anywhere you find, there's a lot of chaos, there's disorder. There is disorder. And when there is order, what do you appreciate? Some good administrator. Everything is working. You want to get your Aadhaar card updated. You have to go to an Aadhaar center. What do you see there? Seems like chaos. But you go to a particular place, you find everything works smoothly. Then what do you say? Good. They have streamlined it well. You filed your tax returns. You didn't get the return. You filed the return. You had a refund. You never got it. For years at end, you never got a refund. Now what happens? Within a week of filing, your refund check arrives in your account. Why? Eko vashi. Understand? There is some vashi. There is somebody who is administering well. Unless you have a discipliner, people don't behave in a disciplined way. Now, what do you find? The sun and the moon are going about their activity very meticulously. The earth revolves in exactly 24 hours, 365 days, it finishes one round. Everything works as it should. When rain falls, seeds germinate. So many things happen. When you eat food, it goes down, doesn't fly up. Why all this happens? If there was no discipliner, it would not have happened. There must be someone who is holding a stick, making things happen. Human mind. Therefore, there must be a reason, must be a leader, must be someone who is making everything, this diverse universe, how he is making everything work harmoniously, coordinatedly. That's the idea. Eko Vashi. So you are among one of the people who are in Vasha. Means you are the controlled, Ishita. So Vashi means what? Ishvaraha. How many are there? Ekaha. In a company I have so many Ishvaras. But among them there is, for all of them there is one Ishvara. Correct? So who is he? Ishvaraha Ishvaranam. Like this you have Ishvara at different levels. But who is the one who is this Vashi? He is tat samaha abhyadikaha va anyah nasti. There is nobody who is equal or above him, better than him. Means what? He is the last word. He is the final authority. All right? No Supreme Court also against him. He is the last word. Eko Vashi. In whose command, in whose say the whole universe is, or since I have been informed now, the whole multiverse is. Doesn't matter. Universe or multiverse, doesn't matter. Basically everything that you can see, whether it's universe or multiverse. The word uni, I didn't connect what he is trying to say. The word uni is one. Multi is many. All right? So whether it's uni or multi, who is objectifying and saying one or many? That is only you. Therefore, whatever you see, I include in the word universe. I don't use the word multiverse. Haven't picked up that word yet. But the idea is everything that you can objectify is included. And that, the one who controls, is Vashi here. Nothing is outside him. All right, Eko Vashi. Where is he? Kutaha. Where do you recognize him? Sarva Bhutantaratma. Hey, do you go and tell a cow, you please don't eat meat? Do you go and tell the cow? But you give it meat, will it eat? It won't eat. Why? Vashi is sitting inside. Sarva Bhutantaratma. Not sitting outside and ordering. He makes you do what you do. Everything we do, we think, we cry, we laugh, everything, the possibility is given. Remember software. Everything is given. And you have your freedom within that. But Ekaha Vashi. Where is he? Sarvabhu. Because otherwise, think about it. This plant has to germinate. That seed should not germinate. Same species. But one seed is little, not as good. It's not good quality. It won't germinate. One will germinate. So when you buy seeds, a good company apparently tells you now what is the percentage of germination of seeds in their packet. 80% will germinate. So why 80% germinate? Statistically they say this many will germinate. But why 20% don't germinate? Why not 100% germination? There is something which governs it. Now, who tells the seed, you germinate, you don't germinate? Who tells them? It happens. Right? So much COVID virus all around. Why someone gets infected, why another doesn't get infected? Why it's virulent in one, why not virulent? You will give some reasons. But I will ask you one more question. You will say, I don't know. Who knows? Eko Vashi. It is not that Ishvara is sitting outside. That intelligence is in every atom, in every particle, in every cell. It's everywhere. Because each thing seems to know what it has to do. That is the Vashi. Antaryami. Antare tishthanyamayati. Being within, not within like this. Being like clay in the pot. Yamayati. Controls. Orders. Regulates. Therefore, the whole world, if you see it regulated, no Swamiji, I only see disorder. That disorder is order. In your head it is disorder, but it is order. There is no, in chaos there is a pattern. That's why you're able to do neural networks and find out, fuzzy logic. How do people think? Why do they sell? Why do they buy? trading. You make a chart based on that. And now you can have a technical analysis based model by which you will short sell or you'll buy long, and you'll make money. How do you do that? Data collected, and then you plot it, and you have this fuzzy business. You have to predict how the person will behave. There are huge number of traders who rely on these kind of models, on foreign exchange trades, on stock trades, everywhere you have it, program trading, right? All this knowledge is based on trying to understand Ishvara. So somebody I knew did a research in maths. What is his research? How do we build buildings? How do they stand? How to make them strong? So he examined trees. So many branches. How the various branches are used to manage the load overall. How to make a good solar, collector. You look at a plant and its leaves. How every leaf will get sunlight in some way. Otherwise, the leaf is useless. Who taught the plant how to spread its leaves out? It's amazing. If you look at it, it's about to snow. What do the plants do? They shed their leaves. There's a fall season. Why do they shed their leaves? If they held them, the snow would make the whole tree collapse, perhaps. How do they know when to shed their leaves? How? We don't understand, but there is somehow. Earthquake is about to happen. Certain animals can feel it. How? All this, so much knowledge spread all over. Every cell of ours is an intelligent creation. Pigment, what paints our skin, is also an intelligent creation. What is not intelligent? Is there anything which is non-intelligent? Where did all this intelligence come from? It is all there. And where is it? In everything it is there. But if you want to point out where is all this, you want to point out a locus for it, then we say there is one conscious being, all-knowing. Sarvavit. Knows everything. So that conscious being is Sarva Shakti also. All power also he has, all capacity. That conscious being is called what? Vashi. Ekaha Vashi. And this, can you assimilate well? That the whole world must have a cause. I'm just using a word Vashi instead of cause now. That's all. Cause. But what kind of a cause? Material and maker together. In and through. That Eko Vashi. Where is he? Where can he be recognized? Sarva Bhutantaratma. It's the equation. Ishvaraha, Sarva Bhutantaratma means what? Tat, Tvam, both have come. So, what does he do? Ekam Rupam Bahudha Yah Karoti. Ekam Rupam. What is Ekam Rupam? Sat, Chit. Ekam Rupam. It's always that. It never changes. It is being which is awareful. And what does it do? Bahudha. Aneka prakaram. Of many kinds. Karoti. How? Swatma satta matrena achintya shaktitvat. Swatma satta matrena. Just by being itself. How by being itself it does all this? That is the achintya Shakti. You cannot imagine what is this Shakti. But it's a Shakti. And that Shakti is what we call Maya. That is what is called Maya. You cannot understand it. What makes this Satchit, which is attribute free, part free, guna free, what makes it manifest as this huge multiverse? What makes it manifest? Because the amazing thing is, it is not inherent to it even. You can see without any Vishwam. You can see with Vishwam. Both are there. And it doesn't get affected by the Vishwam. What is this? Achintya Shakti. So that Achintya Shakti, Maya, and how? Where is it? Atmastham. You know? Swasharira Hridayakashe Buddhau Chaitanyakarena Abhivyaktam. Where does it shine? Where can you recognize it? In your own buddhi as the Chaitanyam, as the very awareness which illumines every emotion and thought in you. You can't miss it. And the one, tametam Ishwaram Atmanam ye viduhu, ye dhiraha viduhu jananti. Who is this? Who know? Who will know? Bhashyakara doesn't take anything for granted. He says, Nivritta Bhakya Vrittayaha. One who have turned away, Avritta Chakshuhu. One who have turned away from all other sights and experiences. The attention is not to the sight or an experience. The experience is there. The pot is there. See, this is the vision. What is this? Bangle. You ask a goldsmith, what is this? Gold. What is this? You go to a goldsmith. You say, I want to give all this. What does he do? Does he examine each thing? He'll put everything in a balance and say everything is gold. It's done. What's his buddhi? His drishti is suvarna drishti, gold. What is my drishti? Bhushana drishti. Each is an ornament. See the difference? Same thing. I see it one way, he sees it another. What is the person who will understand this Ishvara in himself? He is not interested in this Bhakya Drishti. He is not interested in what the experience is. He is what? Nivritta Bhakya Vrittayaha. One who have turned away from the experience, the specific experience, taste, smell, emotion, all those. Not that it is not there. You disregard. You're not interested. Why? Because you know it just appears and goes. You're not interested in them. It is not Nityam. What am I seeking? Nityam. What Nityam? I always want to be at ease. That's what I want. Then why go after something which is going to change? Don't go after it. I disregard. So, Nivritta Bhakya Vrittayaha Anupashyanti. Anupashyanti. They see after. See after what? Acharya Agama Upadesham Anu. They see in keeping with the teaching of the Shruti as taught by a competent Acharya. Otherwise they can't see. Acharya Upadesham Anu Drishyanti. Not apne aap. I know Sanskrit. I can study. And I have English translations. I will read. You try reading. You read any translation. You see if you understand by yourself. It's not easy. Language is not a problem. Language conveys a word, uses a word. What do you understand by the word? The meaning of a word. Right? If I use the word ease, what do you understand? I told you yesterday. Ease is a property of a thing. In time, in place, and existence is understood as ease. What word should I use to make you see the ease in which everything is? No word will do it directly. So what do we do? In the language we have word ease. We also have word limitless. We combine them. We use one word to knock off the limitations of the other. Who does this? The teacher. And teacher knows what he is trying to point out. If the student looks here and there, Bhakya Vritti, he will say, turn this way. Nayiti. Nayiti. Anywhere you look, Nayiti. Then what should you look for? Stop looking. Then I won't see it. You stop looking. Don't be anxious to find anything. Stop looking. Then what happens? Suppose you stop looking and you're anxious. When he will ask me to start looking? Won't work. When you stop looking, you are there. Without searching, you are there. You don't need to be searched for. You're always present as the very as the very being, awareful being. You don't need to illuminate, it's self-aware. That is what we want to point out. But if you read a book, all this won't come across. You'll read the meaning, but you won't understand. It'll all look like some. Then you will become a Shunyavadi probably. Such a thing doesn't exist. They all just talk nonsense. That is what happens. Because when you cannot see anything that fits the bill, na tatra chakshur gacchati, na vag gacchati, or here also, ashabdam, asparsham, arasam, agandham, arupam. It's not perceivable at all. You tell me, such a thing exists or not? Let us ask the people in election meeting. What will all the people say? Yes, such a thing doesn't exist. If it exists, give it to us. Let us hold it. Let it be something which is tangible. Untangible means it doesn't exist. Like election politicians' promises, what all they will give when they win. It's all intangible, Nothing will come later. So, what will anyone say if you say all this not available for mind, not available for senses? What will you say? Then it must not exist. But Shruti is saying it with so much, commitment. And the Acharya says, yes, it is there. Will you show it to me? Have you seen it? Of course I have seen it. That's the Acharya, He is very confident. So Swamiji would say a teacher should be a reality check for me. When I see him, I should feel, yes, he is talking of what he is seeing. Ishvaro Guru Ratmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine. Ishvara, you have a name. Guru, you have another name. Atma, you have a third word. All these three have one meaning. What is the difference? Murti Bheda. Only the forms are different. There is one Guru Murti. Atma is Shishya. Shishya Murti. And there is Ishvara. Vashi. Ekaha Vashi. You don't expect Vashi to be one of you. He's not around. He's remote. No. All of them are just differences in your outlook. One Ekaha Vashi, that Ekaha alone is looked at Bahudha Karoti. Maya Shaktya Bahudha Karoti. Makes it appear as money, makes it appears as money. How? Just by his presence. Like the sun shines. Why? Just because it is the sun. Fire burns. Why? Just because it's fire. But just because it's fire is okay for you and me. But why does fire burn? Because Ishvara makes it burn. Eko Vashi. At one level. For example, we say fire burns, Swarupa, sunshine. But why does sun shine? Because it cannot but shine. Swarupa. Same way, the Swarupa of Ishvara is such that he will appear in all forms. Right? So, tam acharya agama upadesham anubhavanti. How anubhavanti? Sakshat anubhavanti. Bhashyakara doesn't leave any word out. Sakshat anubhavanti. Means what? Now, ghataha, you experience or not? What is this called experience in Sanskritam? Anubhava. You have anubhava. Close your eyes. There is no anubhava. Which means the anubhava is mediated by the eyes. Mediated by the mind. Correct? What is sakshat? With no intermediaries. Sakshad anubhavanti. Nothing intervenes. That's the idea. Means you don't objectify with your mind and senses. Aparoksha anubhuti. It is me. It is not anything but me. That's the anubhuti. Sakshat anubhavanti. Who? Dhiraha. Vivekinaha. People who have this nitya, anitya viveka. And what do they gain? Tesham parameshvara bhutanam. They are no longer individuals now. What do they understand? Like Vamadeva, What did he say? I am everything. I am everything. So they recognize. So Parameshvara Bhutanam. What do they have? Shashvatam Sukham. That Sukha which doesn't come and go. Why? The Sukha that comes in. Sukha means comfort, ease, joy, satisfaction. Words are all similar, right? They come and go. Why? if something comes and goes, there must be a reason why it comes and why it goes. Nothing happens without a reason. So Sukha came, why? Because somebody said, you're a nice man. Is it? I'm so happy. Then Sukha went away. Why? He says, but. As soon as it but, Sukha went away. So this is called sanimitta sukham. There is a reason why you become happy. There is a reason why you become unhappy. What is sakshat sukham here? Nirnimittam sukham. There is no reason. Swamiji, without reason, if somebody is happy, we have a doubt whether he belongs here or to, an institution. That is not madness I'm talking about, okay? For no reason. So normally people say, if they see you sad, they'll ask you, why are you sad? What happened to you? Or if they see you very happy also, what will they ask you? Hey, what's up today? You look very cheerful. What's happening today? Means to be cheerful, there should be a reason. But for this person, he doesn't need a reason to be cheerful. Cheerfulness is him. That is the idea. Nityam shashvatam sukham. And what? Na itaresham. And this cannot be true of others except those who have recognized this truth of themselves. Who is itaresham? Bahyasakta buddhinam. One who still have this attract him. Pot stands for everything outside, okay? Bahyasakta buddhinam. Avivekinam. Swatma bhutam api avidya vyavadhanat. Even though it is themselves, because of this avidya which covers it, they don't recognize it. Okay? What have we seen now? Ishvara. See, look at it this way. You are able to accept a karanam for everything. That's the step here, okay? When you see a pot, I say, can pot just, how did pot come over? It just grew out of the soil. You won't accept it. No, Swami, it didn't grow. How did it come? Somebody must have made it. Will you say or not? Or if I show a shirt, these shirts where you go near a temple, Subramania Swami temple, you go, you'll find it's bubbling out from the earth. All dresses, you can pick up whatever you like. Will you go and look for them? You don't. Why? No, Swamiji. This bubbles out, you're accepting? Why you can't accept this? Some idea is there. But I'm saying, even when this comes out, there must be a cause. Correct? So it is easy to accept that everything is caused. Everything has a nimitta. This is logically acceptable. So there is a cause for everything you accept. I told you. But does pot have a cause? Yes, clay is the cause. Wonderful. Now, what is the next step? What is the distance between cause and effect? None. Because pot is clay. Where is pot? When I say where is pot, when there is no pot, you understand where is pot now? I'm saying you recognize there is nothing but clay. The weight, the touch, the smell, everything that you're looking at is only clay. Then I can say, look, when there is only clay, why do you call it a pot? Let's drop the word pot. Okay? Then there is no cause, no effect. There's only one thing. You don't have to call it a cause or effect. So what is remaining now is only one thing. What is that one thing? It's clay. So what did we start with? We start with any object. Then we go back to its primary cause. Here I'm treating clay as the primary cause. You go to its cause. Then what do? You say, what is this cause business? Everything in the effect is totally pervaded by the cause. There is nothing called effect. Drop the word cause, because the difference is purely in your mind. Look at it. You see, there is rain. What is the cause? Clouds. Very good. I see clouds. What is the cause? Rain. Is it true? Is it true? It is true. Which is the cause for which? You see ice. What is its cause? Water. Correct? You see water. What is its cause? Ice. Ganga. What is the cause? Which is the effect? It's purely a time sequence. What precedes is called a cause. What comes later is called an effect. Now you have the water cycle. Water vapor, water, or ice, water, water vapor, it keeps going around. It's a cycle, it's a circle. Where is first, where is later? This body. First it was, I told you, wheat and rice. Then it became what? Body. Then what does it become again? Wheat and rice. Which is first? Is the body the cause for the earth, or earth is the cause for the body? Can you say determinatively? So you can fight. This is the cause or that is the cause. But both are right or both are wrong. So the word cause and effect are purely what? Standpoints. There is no absoluteness to it. Because you see one preceding, you call it a cause. Because you see the other succeeding, you call it an effect. Karyam. What is the truth? There are no two things. There is only one thing which appears in two forms. Water is a form, water vapor is a form, ice is a form, snow is a form, sleet is a form, cloud is a form. What are all of it? H2O. Is H2O, in H2O is there cause-effect business? It's just H2O. You look at H2O, when you look at water, you say, where did water come from? From cloud. Cloud became the cause. You see ice, where did it come from? Oh, the river has frozen. Water is the cause. This is how we do Vyavahara. Because everything is based on what our senses bring out. But what is cause and effect? There is no reality to the word cause or to the word effect in that sense. Therefore, you are now able to drop the word cause and drop the word effect. What remains? Without being cause or effect, whatever H2O is, that remains, okay? It doesn't go away. Same way, this Ekaha Vashi is now a cause, because from him Jagat came. Now what's the next step to be done? You have to take away that Ishvaratvam from him and see what is his Swarupa. Okay? Next verse. Nityo Nityanam Chetanaschetanaanam Eko Bahunam Yo Vidadhati Kaman Tamatmastham Yenu Pashyanti Dhiraha Tesham Shantihi Shashvati Netaresham. Second and the third and fourth line, do you find the same? Tamatmastham yenu pashyanti dhiraha. Now, earlier was what? Tesham sukham. Now what? Tesham shantihi. Sukham is what gender? Napumsakalinga. Therefore what? Shashvatam. Now, shantihi is what? Feminine. Therefore what? Shashvati. See? Very simple. Just have to match the genders. Okay? So, Shash. Now, what do you recognize now? The word Sukham is equal to the word Shantihi. Recognize that? It's just a change in words. So, what is Shanti? Shamaha. Uparame. Withdrawing, pulling back, or relaxing in myself, not going out. Therefore, Shantihi is what? Tesham Shantihi. One second. Yeah, Shantihi Uparatihi. Bhashyakara says Uparatihi. I just want to check what he says. Uparatihi. If you look Shama Uparame, Damu Uparame, Dhatu. If you know Panini Dhatu Patha, you will know what Bhashyakara will say. Uparatihi. But you can now say Upasamipe Ratihi Ramanam Yasya. I can add that extra. One who is delighting in himself. That is Sukham. When you depend on something else, that is Dukkham. Yat Swatantram, Tat Sukham. Yat Paratantram, Tat Dukkham. Whatever is in your own hand, Swayattam, in your own hand, is Sukham. When you depend on something, you are always tottering. If your walking stick is gone, you can't walk. You depend on it. Do you like to depend? Nobody does. right? So this Shanti is what? You are comfortable being yourself because there is no dependency. What is Sukham? Same. Total self-acceptance irrespective of what else is. Because there is no what else. Everything else is just my own manifestation. Therefore, there is no scope for asukham. This sukha, mind you, is not the nimitta sukha. You become happy when you saw something, became sad when you saw something, that comes and goes. This sukha is called sukha because whenever you are happy, what's the characteristic? You want nothing to be different. If your swarupa is you want nothing to be different, that's the closest you get to it. The closest you get to your swarupa is when you are happy. Therefore, the same word. But don't think that he always smiling. Sukha means you have to smile. But when do you smile? For a given event, when the contrast is very clear. You know, if you've been hungry for a long time or very thirsty and I give you a glass of water, it will really make you so happy. But suppose you've been having bottle after bottle of water and I give you a glass of water, does it matter to you? Same glass of water, same nimitta, does it make you happy? So the water is not the source of happiness. The thirst, which was a need, is quenched by the water. Therefore, being a means to make you comfortable, it becomes a derived means for happiness. But where is the happiness? When you had the water, you are comfortable without anything else. Not because you had water, because now you accept yourself. That thirst made you feel, I am thirsty. If I am thirsty, I cannot be happy. Thirst is there. I am still okay. That's jnanam. Okay? So, now come to the first two lines. Nityo nityanam nityaha anityanam. Nityaha anityanam. Chetanaha achetananam. Where is the equation? Atmastham. Ghatastham. Clay. That kind of atmastham, not inside. Okay? So, when you say nityaha nityanam, where do you place the I right now? In this body, mind, sense complex, is it anitya or not? It is anitya. In that you have to find the nitya. Tvapada vichara is happening. Nitya anityanam. Anitya asmin buddhi pratyaye. Kim nitya asti? What is there which doesn't change? This is all you have to pay attention. What is unchanging? If there is any change, there is an unchanging. Because to say there is a change, there must be an unchanging. This cannot be denied. Who is saying changing, unchanging? Must be a drik, seer. Therefore, I am the one who is saying something is changing. Therefore, what am I? Unchanging. But if I say I am the mind, mind is also changing, move it into drishya. See, it starts like this. First I say, whatever I objectify is the world. Whatever I objectify, whatever I can see, what comes and goes is the world. So what is the world? I draw a boundary here. And I say, that is the world, that is the world, that is the world. Now, I come to the body. Do I objectify it? How do I know there is a body? How do I know there is a body? I see it. I feel it. Objectified or not? Yes. What is what objectified? What's the definition? Not me. Whatever is objectified is not me. What is it? It's part of Jagat. Push it out. Gone out. What do you objectify next? Hunger, thirst. That is also objectified. Prana. Push it out. Emotions. Do you objectify or not? Objectify means you are aware of their arrival and departure or not. You do. So every emotion is not me. Out. Jagat. Buddhi. Making decision. I am this is how this is a pot. What is that? Recognize that buddhi, vritti, yes, push it out. It is also object. Ahankara, last fellow, troublesome fellow. He doesn't seem to go. He will sit there saying, I am always there. But then in between you take a, no, you doze off. You wake up, I was not there. You got it. You got it there? You just need to doze for a minute, okay? Useful. Dozing is also useful. So you find that you don't have to doze. You don't have to sleep. Look. What is this? Crystal. What is this? No need for name. Something. What is this? Simpler. Let's keep it simple. Flower. Good. Between flower and this, what was in your head? Was I there? Was not I there? Was anything there? That's enough. You don't need to sleep. The I comes only when there's a not I to watch. It's all relative. Otherwise it will say I'm observing the absence of something. This is the buddhi. So what I'm saying is, the fact is, even ahankara is what? Anityam jagat. Now this I, does it arrive? Does it depart? It is the only one which knows of all arrivals and departures. I told you, airports don't arrive and depart. Thoughts take off, thoughts land. Problem is, before the thought land, it takes off again. What should you learn to do? You allow a thought to land. This is very useful. You allow your thoughts to land. Don't take off. That is what we try to make us do in japa. Manasa japa. Very, very useful. Om Ishaya Namaha. Then what do I say? Be mindful of a pause, an interval. That's very important. It's not to be taken lightly. If you are able if we are able to space our thinking out, that gap provides a good window to recognize what I am. It gives you a good window to see that your thoughts can be managed. It's a window of opportunity. We are so rushed in our daily lives. Even though I'm sitting quietly, the thoughts are rushing, There's no gap. They keep rushing. Therefore, there is no landing. You jump on one areca tree, you don't get down. You jump to the next areca tree, to the next tree, to the next tree, and you harvest the whole plantation like that. Swamiji's example. So what should you do? You climb one, you get down from the tree, then climb the next tree. You have to get down. One thought should end. Then another thought begins. It's helpful. Okay? So now, did you find what is nitya? All these are anitya. Is there anitya or not? To say anitya, there must be nitya. Are you comfortable with that statement? To say there is something changing, there must be an unchanging, awareful presence. Otherwise, you cannot detect change. So you cannot deny the presence of an unchanging. And that unchanging has to be what? Me. It is me. What is nitya anityanam? Now aham is not the body. Jagat. Mind. Jagat. Senses. Jagat. What is aham now? Nitya anityanam. How do you describe it? What is its form? No form. Forms are all belong to Indriya and Manas. Jagat. I am formless. Is it hard to say? I have no parts. Is it hard to see? Any part is objectified by mind or senses. Any guna is objectified by mind and senses. Aham what? Nirgunaha, nishkalaha, nirvikaraha, niradharaha. See how many words will come? I have no adhara. I don't depend on anything. Everything depends on me. Because it is not just Chaitanya which is objectifying. It is asti also. It is sat, existent and self-revealing. This is nitya anityanam. And it is also what? Chetanaha chetananam. You think buddhi is chetana? You think indriya is chetana? They are all borrowing chaitanyam from me alone. Therefore, they are all what? Achetana, jada. Because they are objectified. I told you the rule. Anything that can be objectified, anything which is drishya, is jadam. Cannot be chetanam. Then what is chetanam? That which objectifies. And what is that? Nityam. Drig eva. Natu drishyate. Drig eva means what? Only the seer. What does only mean? Never becomes the seen. Natu drishyate. This is nitya nityanam. Chetanash chetananam. Right? What is this? You cannot say it somewhere outside. You cannot see anything outside and say it's nityam. Swamiji, the mountain is nityam. Close your eyes. Swamiji, mountain is there. I just close my eyes. This is normal thinking. Not true. For you, is the mountain there or not? For someone to say there's a mountain, someone must open their eyes. And that eye depends on something else. It is not nitya. And the mountain itself, I told you, was a seabed. Modern science tells you that. Change is slow, but definite in time. Whatever is seen in time, objectified by mind and senses, cannot be nityam. So, this is me. Now, what is this? This cannot be anything but me. This is called tvam pada lakshyana. I have arrived at myself. Not as a word, not as a form, not as an object, as inalienably me. It's just me. How else can I say it? You don't need a vritti. You are the one who sees a thought coming and going. Thought only brings a form. Right? So, nityaha. Where will you place nityaha? No, it has to be here. But not the body, not the mind, not the senses, but something all of them depend on for their being and for them to be presence. That awarefulness to be seen there, to be noticed. That is the nitya aham. And what is that equal to? Tam eko bahunam yo vidadhati kaman. Ekaha. One. What does it do? Bahunam, of all beings, whatever desires, it fulfills. What fulfills? This nityo nityanam chetanash chetananam. How? As eko vashi sarva bhutantaratma. That Ishvara is also nothing, swarupataha is nothing but this nitya vastu. What have we done? Tvam-pada vichara is happening. Tat-pada vichara there. You have to reduce that eko bahunam vividhati kaman is what? Is the same chaitanyam. If you look at Chandogya, we don't have time for all that. Sadeva saumya idamagre asit. That's how Srishti Prakarana begins. Then it became the whole Jagat. Trivat Karanam happened. All that comes. But essentially what? That Jagat Karanam is nothing but this Atma, which is Nityam. If this is there, Tam, Ishwaram, Atmasvarupena, Atmastham, ye anupashyanti. They have to be dhiraha, otherwise they cannot see this. Who can recognize this? Tesham, for them, Shanti Shashwati. Sukham Shashwatam. Na itaresham. Don't dream you will get it otherwise. Otherwise you will have only what? Ashashvata Shanti. Periodic Shanti. Now and then Shanti. When you are having some good prarabdha. Okay? If this is what it is, and these Mahatmas talk about it as though Sukham is so clear to them. Tadetaditi manyante. Next verse. Tadetaditi manyante. Anirdeshyam paramam sukham. Katham nu tadvijaniyam. Kimu bhati. vibhati va. They say tad etad. Means this, they directly seem to refer to it. I have a doubt. This paramam sukham, how will I know that? Kimu bhati? Does it shine? Is it apparent? Will it shine like an object? Kimu vibhati? That's the doubt of the mumukshu. What is the answer of the Shruti? Bhati, vibhati, everything is only one apa. You are the cause for bhati and vibhati. There is nothing else. You are the only bhanam. That's the answer. Na tatra suryo bhati, na chandra tarakam, nema vidyuto bhanti, kuto yamagnihi, tameva bhantam, anubhati sarvam, tasya bhasa, sarvamidam vibhati. Idam. You see the word idam, what should you know? Jagat. Whatever you can know is Jagat as an object. Idam tasya bhasa vibhati. Kasya bhasa? Etad vaitat tasya bhasa. That Atma which is not different from Ishvara. Tasya bhasa. Idam sarvam vibhati. Okay? How? Tameva bhantam anu. Tameva bhantam anu. Now, pot shines. How does it shine? Because there is light. Reflected light is seen here. So what does it depend on? What is illuminating the pot? The light is. Okay? So light is a source of illumination. All right. How does light shine? Don't tell me Swamiji electricity switch is on. How does light shine in your eyes? Your eyes have to be open. Close your eyes. Krishna was creating trouble for his mother. Little boy. She said for something, when it is night, I will tell you or I will give you. What did he say? Okay, now it is night. Dark, right? It's dark. That's what night is. So when you close your eyes, what happens? There is no light. So what shines? Light shines. But what does it shine after? Your eyes. Any light. Eyes is only a upalakshana here. Sound will shine after ears. Okay? But eyes shine after what? If there is no mind, eyes, what it says, you don't know. Therefore, what makes the eyes shine? Eyes shine by the light of the mind. How does the mind come to light? Swamiji, it gets illuminated. Why? In my presence. Whenever the mind is up, it's illumined. It's down sometimes, yes, that is also illumined. That's called sleep. Or that's called the interspace between two thoughts. Mind is not there. Therefore, what is really shining? The whole world doesn't shine unless you are awake to it. And you are awake to it means what? You are awake to your own mind. And you are awake to your mind means mind is secondary. What shines first? I am. I am. Bhati. And following that, sarvam anubhati. Borrowing light, based on that light and all, everything comes to light. Therefore, you have a doubt. Will I see this or not? That due to which you have this doubt, that is the bhati and anubhati and vibhati. Pratibhati. Use any word now. Doesn't matter. It's all bha. Bharupa is only ahamasmi sada bhami. I'm always there and I'm always awareful. This is what we saw last time. Right? And now we have arrived at this retreat. Okay? Last retreat is over now. Revision is over. So when all this has been said, why do you need one more time, one more section? Upanishad has done more than enough. But, even though it is said, we still seem to have some difficulty. Something doesn't get cleared. Therefore, what is the rule in Shruti? Abhyasa. Repeat. Not just blind repetition. Suppose I tell you, a plus b whole square is equal to a square plus b square plus 2ab, and you don't understand it. If I keep repeating it, you won't understand it. I have to make you understand by not repeating, by saying it a little differently. That's a teacher's job, right? You can't just say a plus b whole square and walk away. You have to teach. So how do you teach? Look at the student and you see what is it that's the problem and try to approach the problem again. Shruti does that. Okay? Shruti does that. So now what does Shruti think? I have done some Drigdrishya Viveka. I have given the Ratha analogy. I have given Pura analogy. Still this fellow is blinking a little. What should I do? How should I teach? Now it thinks, how should I teach? So it will come up with a new idea. That's how the Shastra moves forward. Very kind. Sahasra matravat hitaishini. One mother is so kind. How would it be if you have 1,000,000 mothers together? That is Shruti. 1,000,000 mothers together. What compassion it would have for me. That is what Shruti is. Sahasra matravat. Like 1,000,000 mothers. She is always interested in my well-being. So what does she do? She starts again. Urdhva mulo avak shakhaha eshoshvathas sanatanaha tadeva shukram tad brahma tadevamrita muchyate tasmil lokashrita sarve tadunatyeti kaschana etadvaitat. When you hear etadvaitat, what should you understand? Nachiketa is still being answered. Nachiketa may have understood, but Yama wants to make sure it's understood. Or Nachiketa is still looking. Tell me in another way. You see Shvetaketu's story. 9 times he is told, Tattvamasi. Every time he says, tell me. Please tell me some more. Father doesn't repeat. Same. If he repeats, it'll be of no use. He will give a new example and a new example. And Bhashyakara will tell you why the old example may have felt inadequate to Shvetaketu. Therefore, why the new example? Then the next example. Then the next example. Finally, what should happen? Shvetaketu should walk away and say, okay, I'm fine. That's the whole idea. He should not say, Adihi Bhagavo Brahmeti again. Remember our Bhrigu? He should not say, he should say what? He should no more go back to Varuna and ask, Adihi Bhagavo Brahmeti. If he goes, he'll say what? Tapasa Brahma Vijigyasasva. Go figure it out. I have told you what has to be told. Figure it out now. See, that teacher, that student are different. This teacher, this student, each dialogue you will find is different. Because each student perhaps is unique. Each teacher is unique. Adhikari, but still different. So now, it has to begin again. Bhashyakara begins. Tula avadharanena eva moolavadharanam vrikshasya kriyate loke yatha evam samsara karya vrikshavadharena tan moolasya brahmana swarupa avadidhara yishaya yam shashti valli arabhyate. Makes a simple statement. Whenever you see an effect, something in time, you figure out more about it by going to its cause. This I have been doing from beginning. I have set it up from the beginning. Because this is Karya Karana Prakriya. Prakriya means a method. I have already said the method n times to you now. So now it should be very easy. It will go in with ease. Multiple heads. So suppose you see some, you've seen this wind dispersed seeds, cotton-like thing, it flies around. Have you seen it? They fly around. I think they call it silk cotton or whatever, right? Something like that. Huh? I don't know what it's called. Anyway, but you all know what I'm talking about, wind dispersed seeds. If something is flying around, what can you infer? Huh? I can't hear you. It came from what? You know what it is. You know what is flying around. So what will you guess? There must be that tree somewhere around. How do you know? When I see this, you remember Ekalavya's story? What happened? This, Pandavas have gone hunting. Right? And then what happened? They're hunting dog. It's always barking and running ahead. Then what happened? After a few minutes, the barking stopped. Then what did you find? The dog comes back with its mouth sealed. Sealed by what? Arrows. Then what did they infer? What did they infer? There is an archer around, a very skilled archer around, who has done this wonderful job of just not killing the dog, but shutting it up. Tula avadharanena moola avadharanam. By looking at an effect, you infer there must be a cause. Why? There cannot be an effect which begins in time unless there already was a pre-existing cause. Nothing, existence is not produced. What is produced? A new appearance is produced. Hair is not produced. Hairstyle is produced. Easy example, Hair is not produced. You can stick one up. But the point is, it is not produced. But by looking at something which appears in time, you can trace back where did it come from. So what are we going to do now? We are going to look at the Jagat. Jagat is changing all the time. Where did it come from? We will start looking where it came from tomorrow morning. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.